Clementon Park in Clementon, New Jersey was part of a dying breed of small local amusement parks, and after 113 seasons of operation, unexpectedly closed for good in early September 2019. This park was mostly known for Hellcat, a rare S&S wooden roller coaster that was not highly regarded because of its tendency to give very rough rides. Even so, Hellcat became somewhat of a destination coaster to coaster enthusiasts because of its status as a legendarily bad wooden roller coaster. While it initially seemed like this ride would be gone forever with the rest of the park, there may be some hope that Clementon Park may be saved. Ever since Clementon Park was purchased by Premier Parks, a company that owns 3 other water parks in the United States, very little park improvements were done, and the park was noted as being on a decline in quality by many guests. While the other water parks the company owned were shown interest by major corporations like Cedar Fair and Six Flags, no offers ever arose for Clementon. The biggest addition the park received was a new kiddie coaster, which barely operated for the end of the 2019 season. This was even announced as major news for the park's 2019 season, but when I was able to visit in June of that year, it was still under construction. Unfortunately, no reasons were given publicly for why Clementon Park closed so suddenly in September 2019, but the park essentially closed overnight without giving much warning to season pass holders or people who had already purchased tickets for the season. While Clementon Park sat dormant and untouched during the entire 2020 season, it seemed like the century-old regional park would be doomed to the same fate as many other small amusement parks across the country. But just recently, news broke that a public auction would be held for the park's contents and property. This auction will be held live online on March 23rd at 10 a.m., with the inspection for potential bidders on March 19th. The park is being specifically marketed on the auction webpage as a turnkey or redevelopment opportunity, and all contents of the park are being sold off either as a whole or separately depending on the bidder. So, let's get into what this means for Clementon Park and what will most likely happen. Overall, we don't know exactly what this means for the park. No major companies have shown any public interest in purchasing and investing into Clementon Park, but it can't be absolutely ruled out that a corporation like Palace Entertainment could become a potential bidder come March. Along with this, the park is on somewhat prime real estate, being right next to a scenic lake, so it does seem possible that land developers could purchase the entire park and turn a profit that way. Of course, the ideal scenario here, at least in the eyes of amusement park fans and probably most of the general public, is that some bidder comes in and buys the entire property to reinvigorate it as a stalwart regional amusement park, similar to what happened with Indiana Beach last year. While it would be great to see a small park saved from being demolished, I just can't see that as a definite certainty. The auction webpage heavily emphasizes how the park can be sold in separate parts, and all the rides can be easily dismantled and shipped, so that may be the more likely scenario here. As I see it, the most likely future for Clementon Park is that most of the rides will be bought individually and moved to other small parks to save money, instead of those parks buying new rides. And what about the Hellcat, the park's standout ride and large roller coaster? As bleak as it may sound, unless the entire park is purchased for refurbishment and reopening, the Hellcat will probably either be demolished or left to nature, depending on who the land is sold to in the auction. It's simply not an incredibly iconic wooden roller coaster, and there aren't that many parks I could see purchasing and moving a wooden roller coaster of its size. With how the current roller coaster market is, most small parks would probably see as better business expense to buy a ground up Gravity Group or GCI than put the money to disassemble, transport, reassemble, and repair a roller coaster like the Hellcat. So as of now, we'll just have to wait until March 23rd for the live auction of Clementon Park to see what is next for this historic park. I, as with many of the coaster enthusiasts, would love to see someone save this park, but as of now, I've offered my opinions on the future of Clementon Park and the Hellcat, and I will be sure to give a news update on this if something major comes out about it. So for now, thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment with your thoughts on what will happen to Clementon Park.